Still think Oppenheimer's slightly better, but it is very strong. 9.5 out of 10. However, that said, this will not be for everyone. It is not a long film, but it is a very particular kind of film. And if you don't know Todd's work, you will think just about one old woman talking to other old women about sex. And you're like, okay, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot. It will be helpful if you're more from the 1990s and 2000s. You will know the scandal he's referencing, which is a very big controversy when an older woman had sex with a very young, handsome guy, and whether she took advantage of him. So it's a very still controversial case. However, once you get over that surface, it's just so hard to describe. There are so many genres. Like, there are really only two genres he didn't really touch: science fiction and or the Western. Beyond that, this is everything. This is very pornographic. It's very erotic, has a documentary feel, very melodramatic, touches little bits and pieces of horror, a lot of fantasy. Really, it kind of feels like a fairy tale. So, and even though, yes, the center stage is Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore, the male characters are not ignored. In fact, the lead male actor, he's spectacular. And it is a very interesting and very problematic performance. Basically, the gist, without giving too much away, it's about, should we like or even trust these people? I think it's always a big question mark. I do think overall, Todd is judging what she did, the Julianne Moore character, wrong. However, not much more than that. So we know she did something problematic. That is about it. Beyond that, really, this is very open-ended about how you feel about relationships, power, trust, the media, tabloids. It is not about Scientology in particular. That's more safe, where he dealt with cults. But it is about being swept into these controversies. And again, these are very basic questions. Can you ever justify, quote, coercing someone with, quote, sex or with emotions or with erotic passion? And is it any better when a woman does it, even though nobody gets hurt technically? Is that ever justified? I think he's saying probably not. However, beyond that simple point, he is willing to let these characters and their point of views predominate. This is not a film which is trying to say something. This is a film which is laying out a problem. And if you're okay with films that are very ambiguous and vague and artistic, this is for you. If, however, you're expecting a more melodramatic, these two women get together and girl power and something spark, that is more Carol, and you may find that more accessible. I liked it for what it was. Very funny. It's not boring. This is the definition of an adult film. It is an adult film in the usual sense.